Killers are your sons, we are your husbands, we are everywhere. Ted Bundy. Serial killers. Not something everybody thinks about or even wants to think about. I know. But I want to go into psychology, clinical psychologist, and I want to eventually work with murderers and why they do the things they do. So this is right up my alley. I will be talking to you about 3 of the most notorious serial killers in the U.S. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy. Not only am I going to inform you about what they did, I'm going to be talking to you about the mental aspect of why they did it and how they got away with killing so many people for so long. They didn't get away with it, they did get caught, but it was a time period that they were able to kill so many people. The definitions on the board I got from Google, and all the information on the killers I got from crimemuseum.com, which is a pretty cool website. Most killers have 1 or more mental illnesses, and just because they have mental illnesses doesn't mean they aren't smart. For example, Ted Bundy. He was smart, handsome, and cunning. The quote I opened my speech with was one of his, and that's not the part I don't know. Ted Bundy was a serial killer. His favorite prey, college girls. He was very handsome and very manipulative. He was very charming as well, and he was able to lure the girls to his car by pretending that he had a cast on his leg, his arm, vice versa, saying that he broke a bone and he needed help carrying something to his car. Now, once he got these people to his car, he would hit them over the head with a hard object and handcuff them, put them in his car, and bring them home. He raped, murdered these women, and after they were dead, he wasn't even done. Sometimes he would mutilate them, dismember them, or beat them after they were dead, and then he would take the dead body for necrophilia and put decapitated heads in his apartment, slept in his bed with the bodies until the smell was unbearable. He confessed to 30 murders, but authorities believe it was almost to 100. Bundy was classified as a Factor I psychopath, which means he was very intelligent and showed few signs of it on the outside. Psychologists believe the reason why Bundy ended up how he was because of the fact of child abuse. He was abused as a kid, and he found pornography at a young age, but not only just pornography, it was violent, abusive, and graphic pornography, which he then got addicted to, and when watching it couldn't fill his needs, he decided the best thing to do was recreate them. And now, all of you may be thinking, how did he get away with killing at least 30 people for so long and not getting caught? And if you weren't, well, now you are. Like I said before, Bundy was very handsome and very smart. And if he did get accused, the police would always rule him out because he was such a clean-cut and upstanding guy. He also picked up a few ways to almost completely get rid of traceable evidence from forensic techniques from the 1970s. Ted Bundy was killed in the electric chair. And now that Ted Bundy is dead, we have Jeffrey Dahmer. By consuming lust to experience their bodies, I viewed them as objects, as strangers. It was hard for me to believe a human being could have done what I have done. Dahmer was a serial killer and a sex offender. He started killing at the age of 18, and between the years of 1978 and 1991, he had killed 17 males and raped them, dismembered them, commenced necrophilia, and cannibalism. He would take pictures of the dismembering process, keep skulls and genitals in his home on display, and cooked parts of his victims. He even had an obsession in his mind that he could make these people into zombies by drilling a hole in their mind and putting boiling hot water or hydrochloric acid in them. Who in their right mind does this? Nobody in their right mind would do this. He was diagnosed with necrophilia, cannibalism, exhibitionism, pedophilia, depression, substance abuse, Asperger's, and BPD. He managed to get away with this because he was antisocial. He didn't talk much, he didn't get out of the house much, and he was very quiet. Speaking of manipulators, John Wayne Gacy, in his final words, he said, "Kiss my ass." Gacy, or the Killer Clown, started raping and killing young men in 1976. He was not as creative when it came to killing as the rest of them, but he managed to dispose the evidence when needed. He killed 33 people, 26 of them under his house, 26 of them hid under his house, and then the rest in his crawl space. He didn't have any diagnosed mental illnesses, but he was crazy, and that's the time. I had more.